So here we are again, back by unpopular demand for what I think's probably going to be the last of what I'll probably end up calling the dark Santa period. Winter in England. This is my last but one night in England before 3 months in South Africa. Tomorrow night, I'm almost certainly going to be packing bags and sorting out my affairs before I start a 24-hour small trek down south to the deep south. So I was casting around and looking for something to do that meant something to me as the last of these stored up treasures. And there is a lyric that has always meant something quite special to me, or at least has meant something quite special to me since 2008 when it was first released on Happiness is the Road, Volume 1. This was an album made after my time documenting and filming Marillion, so I didn't get to commune directly with the gods, as it were, and speak about this lyric with Mr. Hogarth directly. But it didn't diminish his ability to touch me. And I figured if I was going to do the last of the Dark Santa series, I might as well do something that was important to me. It's not an album that's high on my list of sort of greats, and yet has some great songs. And there are elements of this lyric that really, really do speak to me in a very, very deep way, and hopefully, and maybe, they'll speak to you. So this is Marillion, Trap the Spark. So, right there, it lays it out for you. As you might expect, this is a song about love. And I've said for quite a long time that I feel like between Hogarth, but particularly Hogarth, between Hogarth and Jim Steinman and some of the other sort of lyrics that have mattered to me, my sense of what it is to be in love and to love has been seriously distorted. And in a way, this song is about that expectation of love. It's about that perception of love. It's almost about that dynamic tension that exists between the real world of everyday existence and that great romantic dream that we have of a love. I mean, how's this imagery? A love that pounds your heart through your chest every night until the bed jumps beneath you and scares you white. A love where you cannot stop your heart beating at the power and the fury of it. Trap the spark, it says, hold it there, but you can't. You can't have goosebumps that don't fade away. They can't remain. So this is a song about that idea of that moment of the great burning intensity of love, and that feeling of it, that feeling of the sneeze that in its moment is orgasmic, the little death. But you can't hold on to that feeling forever. Your whole life can't be the moment of sneezing. You can't trap the spark, is what Mr. Hogarth says. You can't trap the spark. Very subtle, beautiful.
I've opened the box and I've touched the treasures of the earth, and they're buried on the island far away. And I'm here in England with a map burning my pocket.
To interrupt the middle eight. The verse is not something I want to go into in great detail. I suspect it's a very personal and specific lyric to Steve Hogarth. He's sung about the island before. I'm pretty sure I have a fairly good idea what he was singing about, but it's not for me to unpack that because I think it's a personal thing. But suffice to say, this is a man, once again, the treasure of the earth is love. The treasure map that he's burning a hole in his pocket is the map back to love. And that love is a blinding secret to bear. Draw your own conclusions. However, he takes the chorus and he expands upon it. Trap the spark and hold it there. You can't. You can't hold that moment of sneeze. You can't hold that moment of the little death forever. Goosebumps that don't fade away can't remain, he says. But then he says, hold the perfect moment. Pin the cloud to the sky. Grab the spark. Hold it. You can try. And I think that's beautiful. I think that if nothing else, if you get nothing else from this song, the message of this song is we can't forever be trapped in the moment of the little death. We can't be forever trapped in that exquisite moment of the sneeze. But, no idea who that is, it's very late at night. Rude. But we can try and hold on to that feeling. We can, as he sang about in, I suspect, the album before this, try and see the world like a baby. We can try to hold on to that buzzing, fizzing love that, and I quote, pounds your heart through your chest every night. Just because that spark of first and true love fizzles and fades over time doesn't mean you can't try and hold it. And I like to think to myself that that's not just the spark of love for a man or a woman, but love for what you do, love for life, love for your fellow man. Passion. Hold and retain. Trap the spark of your passion. Hold it. Try. Try and keep the same enthusiasm today for the thing that you had when you first found the thing. And if you do, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Pin the cloud to the sky. There's Mr. Rothery. So subtle. Such a mellow groove, man.
I've looked into a million laughing unhappinesses in every bar and on the TV. But I know the real thing.
Photograph of feeling. Interesting to note that it looks like there were lyrics here that didn't make the album but somehow made this listing. I can remember, it says, but I know the real thing. So he talks about, I've looked into a million laughing unhappinesses. What, again, a lovely turn of phrase, that use of contrast and contradiction, laughing unhappinesses. It doesn't sound like it can be right, but it certainly is. We all know laughing unhappiness, right? We all know the unhappiness that is buried beneath wafer-thin smiles. In every bar and on the TV, I see it around the world, he's saying. I'm seeing a million unhappy people, but I know the real thing. I know the real happiness. And interestingly, apparently at one point he intended to say, I can remember that thing and I can almost tell you how it is. And interestingly, I'd like to hear the version of the song with that lyric because I love that sort of, I can almost tell you, because I feel like Hogarth strives to almost describe these things for his whole life. I feel that that's the spark he tries to capture. But then we get into this lovely moment of, I mean, why would it not talk to me? I make films for a living. That idea of not just trying to pin the cloud to the sky, but to photograph a feeling, to create a piece of television, of visual art that communicates a feeling. That's a spark to try and capture. And sometimes I think along the way when we worked with Marillion, we captured some sparks, we put some lightning in the bottle. And occasionally I felt like I've done that. And I'm hoping very much that in the next 3 months in South Africa, I'm going to have that chance to fill some bottles with some sparks. I certainly will be going there with the intention of trying. This is about love, but it's also about life. It's the positive side of the messaging of, if there is such a thing, of what I do here, which is that endlessly positive message that says, try and make the world better, try and be happy, try and have passion for what you do. The next time somebody says to you, have a good day, don't look at your watch and say, well, I get off work in 2 hours, so maybe my day will get good. Say, yeah, I'll try and have a good day now. No matter how grim it is, make it happier. Trap the spark. Try. feel like music is often an attempt to trap the spark, you know? And I feel like Steve Rothery, with those beautiful bell-like sounds and those very sparse and subtle solos of his, I think he gets quite close to capturing that moment, to photographing that feeling, to pinning that cloud to the sky. I think maybe this is why music matters and means something to those of us for whom music is a thing. I think music is a way we trap the spark and we capture the feeling. And certainly I think that whenever we take that bottle out and shake it and listen to it and let the light flicker across our faces, I feel like we revisit those powerful emotions. We stir up the bed of the river. That's a lyric I'm going to have to do one day because I quote it a lot. But until then, that's it. The end of the Dark Santa sessions. Next time you see me, I'll probably be in South Africa. I'm trying to work out what I'm taking with me and what I'm going to be able to find there. But hopefully I'll be able to film at least a few little things for you, find some music. Until then, keep the faith. See you next time.